I am here on this Wednesday, January 30th, to do a recap of all the money I spent during the week. And this is going to be just my discretionary spending for the most part. So that's groceries, food out, gas, and any additional money I spent on personal care, which, spoiler, I spent no additional money on personal care. That was taken care of during the month. So quick daily rundown. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of last week, I did not spend any money. That's a no spend day, so check. So far, so good. Saturday, I spent $6 at Goldberg's for food out while I was sourcing items to throw in my eBay store, and I spent $25 on gas and $4.44 for a snack while I was out. And I think it's interesting if you think about like the ways, like if you have places that you stop when you're doing certain activities. For example, whenever I go to source for the store, I always tend to stop one of two places heading down if I stop at all. It's like a bagel store near us, and the sandwich I get there is just amazing. It's a BLT. Normally I don't like BLTs. I go for like a full-on like turkey or roast beef sandwich, but I get a BLT on a toasted flagel, toasted everything flagel, and it's just amazing, and it costs $6, and I'm like, I'll go for it. For $6, I'll splurge, because when I go down to source, it is a long day, like a long, busy day. So that was on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I spent $27 in Aldi for groceries. I was hoping to get by the rest of the month without spending any more, but I was going to meet a friend for brunch at her house, and needed some supplies for that, which actually ended up being super frugal, because normally you spend 10 to 20 bucks when you go out with someone, and in this situation, we were able just to hang out at her place, spending no money, well, aside from groceries, which was really great. And the rest of Sunday, I spent $400 in housing, and that's kind of how I spaced my payments out throughout the month, and that worked out. Monday was another no-spend day, and then yesterday was the day when I felt like, gosh, this feels pretty wrong. And on that day, I spent about $30 in sushi going out to eat with a friend. So, and this is a thing that I feel like I was doing wrong, and kind of got myself in a bit of a spiral over that, but then it really helped to look at the big picture. So she and I are both on spending plans, as you call them, budgets, and she actually looked at my budget and was like, oh, like, because she mentioned she was doing one, and I mentioned that I'd be happy to share the link to my budget, and she appreciated that, so she's been looking at mine and has kind of used some of my categories to help sort of portion out her own spending. She just got a new job, maybe a little bit less than a year ago, and she's doing fantastic, but she has more money. She's making more money than she's ever made before. So I think she kind of was just surprised at how quickly it goes, and it does, and she's trying to take more control over that. So I was happy to sort of share my journey and my path, because Lord knows it has been rocky and up and down. So I sent her my spreadsheet, and we were both kind of like, oh, I only have this amount in my eating out budget. And we both decided to sort of pull from other areas. For me, it was gas and groceries, and put it toward eating out, because those are times when we can just get together and hang out, spend time together. It's just amazing, and it's totally 100% worth it. So that was what we did together, and like I said, it was totally worth it. In the budget, just had to kind of jimmy it a little bit, but made it work. So the categories, I spent $25 in gas, $27 in groceries, $40 in food out, and then $400 toward the housing allocation. So this is another thing that I spent, and I will mention this in my budget recap and plan goals for February, and super excited. The one thing that I spent money on yesterday that I don't think I ever have done this, even though I've been trying to get out of debt for 4 years, I, for the first time, made an extra payment on my student loan. So I pulled money from the store, which would be used in theory to cover expenses for my mileage expenses and my storage expenses, because I used the basement of my home for storage. So I pulled money out of that, and because, oh wait, I already paid for the mileage and I already paid for the storage expenses, I was able to put I pulled out $200 and I was able to put $150 toward my student loan and $50 additional toward savings. And that was the thing this week that made me the happiest, the most excited, because I feel like even though it's $150, it is $150 less that I have on that loan. So I am ridiculously excited about that. So one thing I maybe could have done better, one thing that was really, really amazing, and I'm hoping to scale up from there. So that's the good and the bad and the not so good and the fantastic. So that is where I am for the end of this January, my what I spent recap. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Let me know in the comments. And thank you as always for watching, and I hope that you will keep watching. Thanks. Bye.